At Labrada Nutrition, our mission statement is very simple. It's to get you into the very best shape of your life. Labrada Nutrition is much more than just products. It's also about education. We want to teach people how to use our supplements and good nutrition to achieve the very best shape of their life. We provide online training through personal trainers. We provide the Lean Body Coaching Club, a newsletter that we send out every week. We even have a 12-week Lean Body Challenge every year, where the contestants compete against themselves to see how much change they can make in their body in a 12-week period. You know, all of these are those little extras that I feel set Labrada Nutrition apart, because not only do we provide excellent products to help people to get into the best shape of their life, we also provide the education that they need to help them reach their goals. I was born in Havana, Cuba in 1960 and came to the United States when I was just 2 years old. We came to this country and my dad helped to build a middle-class living for us. He taught us early on that in the United States, anything is possible if you're willing to work hard and you're willing to work smart. I never forgot that lesson. And that work ethic helped to translate into things that would help me later on in life, particularly in my bodybuilding career and then in launching Labrada Nutrition. The way that I got into bodybuilding was kind of in a roundabout way. You know, I got injured playing high school football. I ended up in the weight room to rehabilitate myself, and I found out pretty soon that I was a better bodybuilder than I was a football player. I entered my first competition just a few months later, the Teenage Jacksonville, Florida, which I won, much to my surprise, because I was only 135 pounds at the time, and I thought that bodybuilding was just about the biggest guy on stage won the show. After high school, I attended Northwestern University, where I studied civil engineering. You know, at the same time that I was going to school, I was also competing. You know, so I would go to school, I would study, I would go to the gym, and I would sleep. Those were basically my two universes. And it was a very Spartan existence, but it paid off really in a big way, because just a few years later, I was crowned IFBB Mr. Universe, and I was on my way to becoming a professional bodybuilder. Now, by the time that I won the IFBB Mr. Universe, I was 25 and I was working as an engineer. So I would work during the day, and in the evening I would go to the gym and train and to become the best bodybuilder in the world. A few months later, I entered my first professional bodybuilding championships, and I won. I won my pro debut. I was very shocked, because there were a lot of seasoned competitors there, some of which I had grown up admiring and reading about in the muscle magazines for years. My next competition was in 1987, the IFBB Mr. Olympia. I took third in my opening show, and from that point on, I never took less than fourth in a Mr. Olympia competition, which is a feat that has only been matched by Arnold Schwarzenegger and a small handful of others. And so I had a very distinctive bodybuilding career, and I might add one where I faced a lot of challenges, because at 5'6", I was giving away typically a 30, 40, or 50 pound advantage to guys that were a lot bigger than I was. And so I had to really be on my game. I had to be really sharp. I had to get to very, very low levels of body fat. And so I had to really be up on my nutrition and on my dieting. I had to really know what I was doing there, because if I came in just a couple of pounds out of condition, these guys would kill me. I mean, they were just so much bigger than I was. And a lot of people don't realize this, but competing at 180 pounds, 185 pounds, you know, I would consistently defeat guys that weighed 230 and 240 pounds. The only reason that I could do that again was because of my nutritional know-how and the ability to get into great condition. And to this day, those are things that I can now share with other people. These secrets that I learned over 35 years are things that I use to help people through my products and education. As a professional bodybuilder, I worked for some of the largest supplement companies in the world, some very well-known names, and I didn't always like what I saw there. They did a lot of things right, but there was a lot of things that needed improvement, and so I made up my mind when I retired in 1995 from professional bodybuilding competition that I was going to launch a company that would become the most trusted name in sports nutrition. I feel like we've accomplished that, but it hasn't happened overnight. It's happened over many years because it has to be earned. You have to earn trust from your customers on a day-by-day basis. And we do that by providing products that work, products that meet label claim. All of our products are lab assayed by a third party to make sure that the customer gets what they paid for. We don't engage in any of the practices that some of the other nutritional companies engage in, like hiding minuscule amounts of ingredients in proprietary blends, for instance. So it's all of these little things that add up, but these are the correct things to do. And over time, our customer has come to trust us and has made Labrada Nutrition the most trusted name in sports nutrition. I like to spread the message of good health and getting into great shape. And for me, it is my personal mission to impact millions of lives if possible. I would like to get as many people into shape as I possibly can. And it starts with one individual at a time. If at the end of a day I can look at myself in the mirror and say that I've positively impacted the life of one person, it's been a great day. And I gotta tell you that it is the most gratifying thing in the world for my customers to come up to me and say, Lee, because of you and your products and because of your educational materials, I've been able to change my life. That is the best feeling in the world for me.